Now, this thing we call the economy, it isn't just about Wall Street power and greed. That is the broken counterfeit, and a conversation for another day. But the economy is actually the
marketplace skills are missionary skills.
One of my favorite pastors to follow on Twitter or X or whatever we're calling it nowadays posted an interesting twist on life, work, and legacy on his feed recently. It made me stop and think. He said this, he said, what if our greatest contribution to the world is not a job that we do, but the people that we love? I think that's a really powerful reframing of the way most of us think of a successful and productive life. We see this story all the time, don't we? In real life and in popular narratives. A successful man gets to the end of his life and realizes the things he long thought mattered don't have any eternal value at all. When I get to the end of my life, I don't think I'll define success by how many widgets I made. I pray I will have left a legacy of love in my family, my neighbors, my coworkers. I believe all of us would say that exact same thing. After all, Jesus didn't say, they will know us by our economic output. No, he said they would know us by our love. Kingdom productivity has a different bottom line, or at least multiple bottom lines that go far beyond what you can account for on a traditional income statement or balance sheet. But, is it possible for the jobs that we do to also become a way that we love people? One of the things we talk about a lot here at the Stone Table is reimagining our jobs as more than just a means of productivity or making money. What if our work was always meant to be a mechanism for loving and serving our neighbors? What if our work is a God-designed opportunity for us to fulfill the Great Commandment? What is the Great Commandment? Well, in the Gospels, one of the religious leaders came to Jesus and asked him, "Teacher, which commandment in the law is the greatest?" And he said to him, "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the greatest and first commandment. And the second is like it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself." Jesus said, love God and love your neighbor as yourself. You know, I don't believe that your day job is just some secular activity that you have to go and do each day just to earn money and survive in this world. And then maybe in your spare time, then you can engage this sacred call of Jesus to go love your neighbor. No. You see, I believe your everyday marketplace job is a powerful daily opportunity to honor God and love your neighbor as yourself. So how can you reimagine your day job through that kind of gospel lens? You know, that ability to reimagine is so important. You know, maybe you've heard the old story of the guy walking past a construction crew and he asks each of them what they're doing. The first guy just blandly answers, I'm just stacking some bricks. The second guy, he just kind of grunts, I'm just mixing some cement. But the third guy with his eyes wide open with excitement, he declared, I am building a cathedral. So how can the gospel renew your imagination like that? So you can see the glorious kingdom ways your day job serves the needs of others and adds value to the lives of the people and the culture all around you, from your coworkers to your customers. You know, we tell our team here at our property management company, you know, you're not just fixing a broken furnace. You're providing heat and warmth for a fellow human being. You know, you're not just filling out a bunch of meaningless paperwork. You're making it possible for a family to have a roof over their heads. You're not just processing accounts payable. You're allowing that contractor that you're paying to pay his employees so that they can provide food for their families. You know, these aren't just mind games. They're allowing Jesus to reframe the marketplace. This thing we call the economy, it isn't just about Wall Street power and greed. That is the broken counterfeit, and a conversation for another day. But the economy is actually the intertwining of human lives, of gifts, of abilities, of energy, of creativity and effort. And for the Christian, this intertwining can manifest itself as acts of love and service to our neighbor. I know some jobs are easier to connect the dots than others, but I believe if you'll just stop for a minute, if you'll pray and you'll ask the Lord to open your heart and your mind, that He will reveal the ways, big and small, that you can love and serve people through your work. Colossians 1:19 and 20 says, "For God in all His fullness was pleased to live in Christ, and through Him God reconciled everything to Himself. He made peace with everything in heaven and on earth by means of Christ's blood on the cross." So the gospel renews, resurrects, and restores God's original design for everything, including the work of your hands. So I would say, yes, your greatest contribution to the world is the people that you love. And I believe you can love people through your job. So go love people well with your work this week.